That's a better comparison versus the 12,800 the FX3 has. You telling me 2,500 on this, 12,800 on FX3, and this is the in-between model, and the in-between model is 4,000. You couldn't even give us 8,000. 8,000. You couldn't give us 8. I believe if they gave us 8,000, everyone would start buying the FX3. Baby, the FX3 is an old camera. You can retire it. You could have built this with the same spec and retired it. You could say the FX2 is an hybrid camera, but we still get all the settings of the FX3. You could. It's the same size. You could use the same center, same board, same chip. Why are you reducing the spec without reducing the size of the camera? It's the same size camera. No, it's not, is it? The button here. Oh, it's monitor and control. I went in the wrong app. I should have went in monitoring and control. Give us a second. We're going to review the new fx2. Well, it's not new. It's been out for a minute, but alright. Honestly, I have no idea what shutter stop does. I just see everyone use 180, so I just use 180. I have no idea what it is. That's the truth. I have no idea what it is. Wait. You know what I'm looking for? I'm looking for the iris. Yes. Found it. Too bright, too bright, too bright. Right there. A little lighter. Right there. Perfect. 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 Alright, so can y'all see the camera? Do I need to move it closer? I might need to move. I did not plan on doing the shoot today. This is better. This is better. This is better. This is better. Oh, there's a little bright, but I can fix that in post. Alright, so we just got our hands. I'm gonna keep this there so I keep looking at it. We just got our hands on the fx2. Yeah, we did. And I'm using the Sigma 24 to 70 on this. And the first thing I notice is everything is different on this camera. Did it go to sleep? Did it just go to sleep? Yeah, it did. Not no. Set on creator up. I'm going through the settings to try to turn it on. I don't know where nothing is. There should be a back button here. I don't see the back button, so I guess the home button is the back button. Close. Yep. Alright. I might need to change this to also F22 F8. F8 is still too bright. F11. F11 is alright. So the first thing I noticed with this is the fan built. I don't know if you can see it. You can see the fan right here. On the fx3 and on the fx30, the fan, the air for the fan comes out right here. Right? It doesn't. And yeah, I think this monitor is on top of the camera. Is it? Is it? No, it looks the same. It looks the same on the fx3. But the fan is here. That's the first thing I noticed. The next thing I noticed is, so there's an infrared right here. Right here, there's an infrared. If you block the infrared, it shuts the screen off. See? You can see that? See? You block the infrared, the screen goes no. However, I wear glasses, so I cannot use this. I tried using it without my glasses. I just tried using it without my glasses, and there's a focus in right here. There's a little dial right here to focus, and I think I can see. It's a bit blurry. I have contact lenses, but it's a bit blurry. Alright, let me close the screen and see if I can see. If you close the screen and look through it, you can absolutely see. I think for the fx30 and the fx3, if you close the screen, it put the camera in standby. It shuts the camera down, but you can with the screen locked. That's a good power saving equipment. That's a good power saver right there. If you close this, you can still use this without the screen, and you can see everything you can see on the screen through here. So all your settings are here. It looks pretty solid. Oh, the sky is blown out. It looks pretty solid. The next thing I notice is the entire menu is different. Can you see that here? Yeah, the entire menu sets up differently. So now when you press the menu, it goes to the big screen. On the fx3, when you press the trash, it goes to the big screen. Here, menu, it goes to the big screen. We don't need that right now. However, I am trying to shoot in log, and I don't remember how to shoot in log, how to go in log. You feel me? I do not remember how to go in log. Why is the shutter angle keep changing? What did I just say? 180. Yeah, I don't know why the shutter angle keep changing. I don't remember how to go in manual settings. Don't kill me. It's been so long I've been shooting in manual, I don't remember how to find... Yeah, I need my glasses. I don't remember how to find the manual setting in this camera. What else? If I'm shooting, I think... Oh, there's a button right here. Wait, there's a button on the side of the viewfinder right here. Let's see what it wants. Let's see what it does. Oh. Oh, this button shuts the viewfinder off. If you press this button, it turns the viewfinder off. Huh. But when you re-engage the view... Oh. Oh. Alright, this button here. Alright, there's a button right here. It shuts the viewfinder off. So the viewfinder only turns on when the sensor detects your face. See, when I put your face to it, it turns on. You move your face away, it turns off. Before, it would stay on. Yeah, it shuts off when you move your face. I have no idea what... Is this what this button is for? Yeah. So the viewfinder turns off when you move your face away. It doesn't stay on. What else is new? Well, I hear... Wait, I need my glasses. I heard everyone talking about the plugins being on this side. How do I feel about that? I have no feelings about it. It never hindered me before by just flipping open the side and plugging something in. It was never an issue for me. It never blocked anything. So putting it on the outside really didn't change anything for me. What else looks new? None. It looks alright. So it has this called movie and still. So it doesn't have the function button. Well, it does have a function button. But there's a button right here to switch between modes. Mode button. There's no mode button here. You just switch to still. And when you go on still, it brings you to manual photography, I guess. So movies and still. If you press the menu, oh, that's the menu. So it just movie and still. Movie still. Okay. It does feel a bit more weighted. It does feel a little bit more heavy. And you might ask, why do I say it feel more heavy with the lens? Give me a second. Hey, can you send me a copy of your driver's license, please? Yeah, I was waiting on that. We back. My bad. Wait. Go back in the creators app. We're going to go back. Always double monitor your image. Make sure that you can see both. Always double monitor your image. What we were talking about. Yeah, the button. There's a 5 button here. I'm not sure what this is. Probably a function button. It does nothing. So I guess you set the 5th button to whatever you want it to be. Function button, frame rate, peak, same. Home button, I don't know why this home button just brings you to the big screen, but this home button here just shows you the big 6. That's all it does. Everything else looks the same. Everything else looks the same. Yeah. Oh no, I see something. I see something. I only see face tracking on when I'm using a Sony camera. The only time I see face tracking is when I use a Sony lens. I've never seen face tracking on a Sigma lens, and this is tracking my face. Like, okay, that's new. I don't know if y'all ever noticed that, but face tracking for me only on Sony lenses that work. I'm not saying it doesn't work well. The lens work perfectly. Give me another second. It's not even calling me. What have I done? Interesting. The fan hasn't chipped in. The fan is. I don't remember how to do to set it to log. I do not remember how to set my camera to log. I'm gonna figure that out soon. But so far, just a full frame look, similar to fx3. It's no different. It does have a bit weight to it. It does feel heavy. It does. Not gonna lie, it does feel heavy. I have a scale I can put both cameras on, but then I have to take the cage and everything off the FX off that camera and the top handle to weight. But it does feel heavier. It does. And as someone that grew up in the market, I do know what weights feel like. The HDMI is right here. It's a pretty sweet spot. Okay. Not sure what this hole right here is for. There's a hole right there. Not sure what it's for. It has 2 quarter screws on the top, one on the side here. This is missing a quarter screw. Is it missing a quarter screw? 1 quarter screw here. 2 on the bottom, 2 on the top. Wait, is it missing a quarter screw? Absolutely. Oh, it's missing a quarter screw. There was a quarter screw right here. This camera doesn't have it, but there's a screw hole here, but it's not a quarter. It's smaller than a quarter screw. There is a screw hole, so that's the difference. There's a screw hole right here, as you can see, but it's smaller than a quarter screw, so there's just 1 screw hole missing. I was planning on using the FX. I thought the fan turned on. I was trying to use the fx3 cage on the fx2, but I see that would not work. I gotta get a new cage. Yeah. The viewfinder eliminates the screw. The viewfinder eliminates the screw right here. So we gotta get a new cage. Darn it. Because the screw for that cage is in the center. This has 2 quarter here. So are they forcing us not to use cages? Because I mean, I don't need a cage with this. Not gonna lie. Let me stop touching the screen. I don't need a cage with this if all the mounting points are where I need them to be. Yeah, I'm gonna need a cage because the NATO handle goes here. I need a handle for here. Top handle is fine. On this side is where I put the focus pull. I have a focus pull. I normally bolt it to this side. Yeah, I need a cage. It feels like the fan is on. No. No, the fan isn't bad. Feels like it though. Well, yeah, so in terms of review, it pretty seems the same. If you want a full frame camera at a cheaper price, this is definitely it. And again, 33 megapixel camera. Sounds like that man or a shutter. Listen. Listen. Ah. Okay. That's my initial review of the FX2. If you need a full frame camera that shoots, I don't know. I don't see why I wouldn't use my. I'm not gonna lie. I don't see why I would not use my fx30 instead of a fx2. I never use a viewfinder. I never needed a viewfinder. What else? I need to put it on log though. All those. Where's the log again? Where's the log setting? Man, I've not used this setting since I got my first camera and I put it on log. I've never needed to come back here to even figure out how to go on log setting. Where's log exposure? No. Safety zone off. Marker definitely turn on. Marker display. Grid offline. Remote zooming. Frame stabilizer. Oh. It has something called framing stabilizer, but it punches in. So I guess no, I'm gonna keep it off. Frame. I've never seen that before. Framing stabilizer. I think it stabilizes your shot. However, it does punch it in, turns it into an APS-C, crops it. So we'll leave that off from now. Steady shot, dynamic active standard. Active. Right. I'm trying to see if the zoom crops in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Active, dynamic active. Yep, dynamic active punches in. One regular active. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Active and standard. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Alright, active and standard is the same, so I'll leave it on active. Time code, okay. Time code. What else we got? I think shoot mode. Camera. I don't know what that is. Flexible ISO. Okay. Back. Not yet. We're trying to find. No. Do not format. Lens compensation. APS-C shooting. Alright. So you remember when I heard people say, when you get a full frame, if you buy when I was just going into camera, I was told not to use, don't buy APS-C lenses, because when you do go to a full frame camera, you can't use the APS-C lenses. myth. That's a myth. The fx3 and the fx2 both come with a setting in the camera that automatically adjusts the camera to shoot APS-C. So if you have an APS-C and you have an fx2 or fx3, you can use the APS-C lens without vignetting. The camera sensor reduces in size, so there's no cropping, there's no vignetting around the edges. It looks normal. It looks very normal. Auto APS-C on, so because I do have some APS-C lens. I do have APS-C lens. I found log shooting. Yay! Cine quick. Log sign. I found it. It's in shooting and it's 460. Wait. It's in the camera option 4 image quality recording. Number 1. So go in the camera, the little orange camera. I don't know if you can see it. Go in the little orange camera. Go on image quality recording and go over, and then you'll see log shooting. And I use quick EL. Alright, found what I was looking for. Frames per second, fx30. Movie settings. Recorded settings 50 megabyte 44210. Oh, wait a minute. The record setting is reduced on this. This is 50 megabytes 422 10-bit. I'm not sure, but I think the fx3 and the fx30 goes all the way to 200 megabytes 422 10-bit. Do a real Google check. Wait. Let me do a quick Google check. Wait, my tax guy again. My bad. Let me check my tax guy. Sent. He didn't reply. Let me do a quick Google check. Google. Record setting on my fx30. Exactly. In movie settings on my fx30 and fx3, it goes up to 100 megabytes to 200 megabytes at 10-bit 422. This stops at 50 megabyte. Alright, my task guide has hit me up. I'm done with that. Back to monitoring app. But you think it's because I'm using a different frame rate? Alright. Record setting. Let's go back a bit. Let's go back to... I'm not trying to make this video crazy long. Why does my shutter angle keep changing? What's going on with my shutter angle keeps changing? Manual. Alright, back to this. Where is it? Menu. Go over. Go up. Go to home. Change the... Where is it? Alright, let me change the frame rate to the highest frame rate. The highest frame rate is 120. So let's use 120. And then go back and see if we make... Oh, if you're shooting in 120... If you're shooting in 120 frames per second, you get 100 megabytes 4220 8-bit. You can't go shoot 8-bit in 120. Alright, go back to... Let me try 60. Wow. Wow, is that a dot? You see, I'm not a professional. I'm not a professional at camera. I watch YouTube videos and I see what people do and I copy their style and I tweak it a bit to however I want it. However, I'm not sure if that reduces how good the camera is or improves how good the camera is. But 50 megabyte 422 10-bit at the highest is 60 frames per second. If you go to, I normally shoot in 30 frames per second at 29.97 and 10-bit 50 megabytes. That's it. Huh. Let me see if I can change it here. That's crazy though. I'm not sure if that affects image quality. Alright, we're going to shoot because I found log f11. Let's go to f2.8, which is the lowest, and you're about to see what I see. This is what I'm doing. That's my camera. Oh, it got beautiful bokeh. Oh, it got beautiful bokeh. I forget bokeh when using the APS-C. You do get bokeh with the APS-C, over not that much. You can actively see the bokeh here. So this is the setup. It's not much. I have it on a tripod. I think a newer tripod. Is it a newer? Or no, Ulan's a tripod. I love this tripod. It's very small. I did get sponsored. I do get sponsors, not a lot, but I got a sponsor. So there's a product showing up tomorrow. I'm getting a new tripod tomorrow from a sponsor company, and it's a heavy duty tripod. I don't know how they knew I needed a heavy duty tripod, because the last shot I did, I took my camera. It's very rigged up. I break it down now, but it's very rigged up. It's built up. And when I was using this tripod, the wind keep blowing it left, right. So at one point I had to put my hand on the camera to hold it steady, so the wind doesn't have it all over the place. So I do need a bigger tripod, and I'm getting one tomorrow. So the company is sending me one tomorrow. So that's cool. Again, I didn't dial in all the settings, so it's not perfect, but it looks good. This is fx2 shooting with. I can't put them beside each other, can I? Both cameras are in the same place. Is it punched? It looks punched in. Is it punched in to you? Does it look a bit close? This is 24. Wait a minute. Let me take off. I'm way too close to the camera. Alright. Let's try taking off active. Where is it? Subject recognition. Oh, it's called subject recognition, not focusing. Yeah, you got subject recognition. Focus area, level, load on. Let's take off active stand. Oh, standard. Active gives it a punchy. Standard. Yep. It crops it. Yeah, this is back to standard. So stabilization and active, it punches in. Why do you turn into an APS-C camera when I want stable shooting? The fx30 is already punched in. It punches in more when you go on like extreme stability. I think it's like 3 setting. There's a standard, active, and another one. I'm not sure what I call it. But on active, it doesn't punch in on active. Baby, you defeat the purpose of a full frame camera. You defeat the purpose of a full frame camera. I'm not even going to lie. We're trying to not get cropped. That the plan is to not get cropped videos. And if I go on active stabilization and it crops the image, what's the purpose of a full frame? Like this, I'm not talking about crazy stabilization, because the dynamic stabilization, it has active stabilization, standard stabilization, and off. And then there's another one called what we were talking about, frame stabilization, where it really punches in. Baby, what are you doing? What are you doing? My fx30 stays on active stabilization and it doesn't punch in my image anymore than standard does. Standard and active does not punch in. Crazy stabilization does punch in more, but baby, what are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? So in order to get stable footage, the fx2 turns into a fx30. I'm gonna end the video right now. But so far, I'm not sure if 50 megapixels versus 100 megapixels makes a difference. I'm being serious. I'm not sure if that makes a difference. I'm gonna stop recording on this. There's too much footage. I'm not sure if 50 megabytes versus 100 versus 200 megabytes make a difference in terms of videoing. But this is limited to 100 megabytes at 4220 8-bit at 120 frames per second. So 120 frames per second, you're getting 8-bit. My fx30 can go up to 200 megabytes. 200 whatever the M is, megabytes. 42210. Wow. I did in the comments recommend people like, hey, if you're looking to get like a hybrid camera, based on all the views I see about fx2, no one talked about that. No one said in order to get 10-bit 120 frame, you're getting 8-bit. No one said that. No one said in order to get active stabilization, you reduce to an APS-C sensor. No one said that. I'm not even sure the image quality is going to look like when I'm done grading, because alright, am I happy? No. Let's me grade this and see what the grades look like, if it looks better. And it has 4000 ISO. It has more, but 4000 is like, you know, their base color grading. So we're gonna test it out tonight. The 4000 versus the 2500 the fx30 has, and you can tell me if that's a better comparison versus the 12800 the fx3 has. You telling me 2500 on this, 12800 on fx3, and this is the in-between model, and the in-between model is 4000. You couldn't even give us 8000. You couldn't give us 8. I believe if they gave us 8000, everyone would stop buying the fx3. Baby, the fx3 is an old camera. You can retire it. You could have built this with the same spec and retired it. You could say the fx2 is an hybrid camera, but we still get all the settings of the fx3. You could. It's the same size. You could use the same center, same board, same chip. Why are you reducing the spec without reducing the size of the camera? It's the same size camera. No, it's not, is it? The button here on the fx30 is in more. This record button is all the way to the edge. On the fx30, it's a bit closer in the middle. What is visual difference I see? It has 2 mic in the front. There's no 2 mic in the front of the fx3. Is it smaller? Is it a smaller camera? By looking at that camera, looking at this camera, this does look smaller. Are they just position the words differently? Am I disappointed? I don't know. We're gonna test it tonight. We're gonna see it in the dark, and then you make your comparison. But I wanted it for the full frame at a cheaper cost, and everything I do on full frame crops it in. Anything I want to do on the full frame crops it in. Do I need active stabilization? I don't. I use tripods, mostly small OLEDs. I'm not shooting sport. Maybe you want to shoot sport. I'm not shooting sport. So active stabilization doesn't matter for me. I would like to have it in case a car drives past. I turn my camera too fast. Crazy. You ain't seen nothing. You see? fast car parts, I want to shoot it. I can't shoot it because I'm not in active stabilization. Whenever I go in active stabilization, baby, you reduce me to a crop sensor. So I'm not impressed. However, again, I said I'm not a professional, so do it. I thought you were shaking. And tonight I'm gonna use the flash. The flash doesn't work on fx30. The flash does work, camera flash, I mean. The flash doesn't work on fx30. The flash does work on fx3. When I use the flash, camera mounted flash, it works on fx3. Later tonight, I can do it now, but I think this video is too long. Later tonight we're gonna try the flash at the fx2. If the flash doesn't work on the fx2, there's no point in having this as a hybrid camera if the flash doesn't work. So that's my daily dose. Y'all kick it with me. That's cool. Am I disappointed? Yeah, I am. I think they're trying to take us back to the Stone Ages. Anyway, bye y'all.